children to do. This year the Queen Quet, head upon this your body of the Gullah Geechee Nation. When the children to look wrong and things like that and say, well, great God, that how he looked there? No, ma'am, no, sir. They're way across the water in Geneva, Switzerland and things like that. When 100 of the people are cracking tea with Geneva back home and things like that, usually the woman in the talk about. Well, this your time, we the talk about the land. This your land with plenty of people to come for cracking tea, but who eat up and things like that. And this your time, the 10 years after the first time I've been there in Geneva, Switzerland. I've been the first one in April of 1999 for come here and 100 got the Genevé reculture for the first time on the floor with the United Nations High Commissioner and them who been to talk about human rights. Well, great God, children, a long time for this year to come out. Because now it got this year thing called a minority forum. Plenty of time we ain't want to get it that word minority because it make you think you lead. But that ain't way for it. It just was say a larger group that did it, it might be to do one thing. And this year group ain't got the same amount of number and things like that, but it's still important to them. And say 100 the lead fish and the big fish have to get everything. So, but you're gonna have a crack at teeth for make sure people will know, say 100 want your portion. So yes, here in Geneva, Switzerland, I'm about to go into the United Nations and definitely let them know once again that the Gullah Geechee Nation and our people want our fair share. And this time we have an opportunity to be directly at the table. This is the second annual Minority Forum in history. This is the second annual Minority Forum in our story. The Gullah Geechee Nation was invited to the first and this second one. I am actually a participant in this year's forum. And there are others here in our delegation, and we're here to represent the Gullah Geechee Nation. So on this segment of Gullah Geechee Gwine on Nayshun Nyews, I'm going to get a lead peek at what we've been to do way across this young water here in Geneva. And one of the things we hope what's going to happen back on even home when we land is something where you see right here. You see how the mouth of this here weapon of war tie up? We hope say that what's going on at home too. Because see, all the weapon of war do is bring death. It never bring life to you. But see, we the day for crack we teeth for more life for coming to we people and more we rights for coming to you. And hope say the bread in your body will make you stand up just like we do. So we want 100 to know what's going on, and this year the what's going on for true. Children, you know this year the Queen Quet. Stay tuned, plenty more to going on here. I want the children to do one more again. They're the Queen Quet, head upon the body of the Gullah Geechee Nation. Getting ready for Gwine and Yona into the United Nations. No, this ain't the one where they're in New York. This one the one where they're in Geneva. Where all the big work and things are going on. The Office of the High Commissioner of Human Rights that they're here in Geneva too. And so, when I go and meet some of the people from that, you're going to get a little bit about the work we do here for make sure, say, the rights of we people protected, but the right of other rest of people, what they call minority around the world, protected too. So, 100 children, it's time for we going inside to the Minority Forum.
Member of UN Human Rights Council chooses someone to serve as chair of the forum, the chair. And I am very pleased to introduce you to the chairperson of this second forum on minorities. She is a member of the United States Congress, Barbara Lee, and she has represented the 9th Congressional District in California since 1998. She was sworn in this past January to be the chair of the U.S. Congressional Black Caucus, which is one of the longest standing caucuses in Congress, in the U.S. Congress, and is often referred to as the conscience of the U.S. Congress. because of their willingness to tackle the most serious social and economic issues facing minorities in the United States. In that regard, I thought that she would be the perfect person to chair the forum this year on minority political participation. And so I want to introduce Barbara Lee to you and you to her, and ask if she would share some thoughts with us at this time.
Thank you very much. Gay, let me thank you so much for your leadership and your life's work. We've known each other, I guess, since the 70s for many, many years, and I can't think of anyone more qualified to do this work as an independent expert, a real expert on minority political participation and minority issues in general. Let me also say what a privilege it is to be able to chair this forum. It's an honor to meet all of you, to be with you. I come, as Gay said, from the United States. A history of struggle for us as minorities, and while we've come a long way, we have a long way to go. The Congressional Black Caucus, for example, was founded 40 years ago by 13 members. Now we're 42 members, but clearly haven't achieved parity. And I'm so delighted my colleague Congressman Mike Honda is with me. He heads the Asian Pacific American Caucus. We have a Hispanic caucus, which I'll talk more about tomorrow. But the three minority groups in Congress recognized finally that with coalitions together, speaking with one voice, we can make some significant changes. And that, of course, is what minority political participation is all about. Not only to get on the inside and to have a seat at the table, but also to recognize once we have that seat, it's our duty and responsibility to be the voice of the voiceless and for those who have been marginalized and shut out. And so that is how the Congressional Black Caucus, Asian Pacific American Caucus, and Hispanic Caucus work. We work together, understanding we each come from our unique experience as minorities in America. But we have a lot to learn, and I have worked with the United Nations on many, many issues, many struggles of the past, and so it's just really good to be back with you and to listen and to talk with you about what some of the barriers are, some of the challenges are to minority political participation throughout the world. And I'm very pleased because I know Gay is a doer, and knowing that we're going to come up with a plan of action that's not going to sit on the shelf, but it's going to be used in our own countries, the United States included, to really be more effective advocates for full participation. Because, again, recognizing that it's only through full participation in the political process will minority voices be heard, which means total change for the society to create a more just and equitable world. And so thank you again so much for this honor, and I look forward to listening.